Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at His Excellency Governor Francis Nwifuru. We are going to be looking at some of the projects which he is embarking upon. We are looking at the very critical and important projects which is embarking upon that would impact possibly on the life of the people of Ebonyi State and its residents. First, we are starting off this list with Ebonyi State's impact, the governor's impact in education in Ebonyi State. So in education, currently, he's building 2 higher institutions in the state. The first one is Ebonyi State University of ICT and Technology. The second one is Ebonyi State University of Aerospace Engineering and Technology in Iza. So this is a very, very good move by the governor. It's a very critical move and a very good one that is very engaging, because in any environment where you have students studying, it makes the environment lively, it gets the population up, it builds the economy of that axis. So yes, this would also open up the town or the city and make it a more commercial, more engaging environment. So yes, the governor is doing a very good job with that. Then we move on to the next one, which is his impact in classroom blocks. He's also building schools in the states, some of which are like he's building 40 model 2-story buildings in the state, across the state, the entire state. So these 40 model story building blocks are for secondary school, so students will be having a proper environment to learn. Also, he's also doing something similar, the same structures for the primary school education. So the primary and the secondary schools will be having very good infrastructures, very good classroom blocks, well equipped to study and learn. So this would go a long way to boost the economy, the education of the state. And Ebonyi State recently has been doing very well in terms of education ranking. They've come up very well on the list. So with impacts like this and more improvement like this from the governor, we see the states coming to the top three in near future. So kudos to the governor for this very, very impactful work which he's doing in the states. And also, let's move on to the next one. He's also doing this infrastructure. What he's doing in infrastructure in Ebonyi State is also very, very remarkable, because he's engaging in reconstruction of roads, both the rural roads and urban roads. And now, even in the city center of Ebonyi State, he's currently building many roads, all the abandoned roads that were not built and some that had dilapidated. He's currently reconstructing them and making sure that all the roads in Ebonyi State and Abakiliki are up there, like in best condition. So yes, we have to applaud the governor for that. The governor of Ebonyi State, irrespective of the fact that he had a lot of litigations after he came into office, he's still doing very well, and we must commend his efforts in trying to get the state to run efficiently. Coming down to healthcare, the governor is also building and reconstructing and rehabilitating 13 general hospitals in the state. In fact, this one is a very, very good one for me, because we know what healthcare implies and what it is. Healthcare and education, they are very critical things, especially for us in the Southeast. The education and healthcare of our people is priority. I don't think any governor or any government in the South should joke with the education of the people and the healthcare of the people. Yes, it's imperative, especially for the kids, the women and the children. So yes, education is critical, and the governor is doing a good job to follow up on that axis. Also in the healthcare sector too, he's also doing the same thing by building, rehabilitating and constructing 13 general hospitals. He also went ahead to employ about 320 staffs who assist in getting these hospitals to run efficiently. So he even did the same thing with the schools, like the schools that he's building here had to employ teachers. It's for the medical doctors as well that he employed in the state. He also increased their salary, and the salary increment was a very significant one. all the way from like 150,000 to 500,000. So that in itself was a remarkable spike in increment. When other governors are lamenting on the minimum wage, the governor of Ebonyi State, because he wants the best healthcare for his people and he wants to get the state to be at par with other top states there in the country, he's making the sacrifices and paying these dues to get the states to be at the top. So yeah, we must commend his impact in those fields. So moving on to the next one, he's also constructing that's in terms of still going to infrastructure. He's building one of the biggest flyover. In fact, as a matter of fact, he's building the biggest flyover in the country. This flyover is no small feat because it has an underground tunnel, it has an overpass. It's just an amazing job. If you see the 3D of the flyover, you'll be amazed. And let's look to see how they'll pull this off because the project is a massive one. Anyways, Ebonyi State has been marveling everybody since the inception of Governor Dave Umahi, the previous governor. He did very well in terms of infrastructure. He built a lot of bridges, very fancy bridges all over the place, very colorful structures all over the place. And his predecessor now, in the person of Governor, His Excellency Governor Francis Nwifuru, is taking keen interest in those infrastructures and following up strongly. So yes, expect to see a marvel when that project is completed, because I don't think they are going to rest on their laurels over there in Ebonyi State to see that the bridge is one of the best in the country, apart from being the biggest in the country as well. So yeah, so in terms of industry also, the governor is doing something very magnificent, like revamping rehabilitation of the moribund industries in the state. He's revamping the PVC industries, the building material industries, even the poultry farm in Abakiliki. He also revamped that, and that one now is operational. All the other factories, the equipments have been brought in and the structures have been rehabilitated, workers employed and all of that. So yes, the governor is doing very significant. We have to commend him for what he's doing, because what he's doing is very, very, very impactful to not just Ebonyi State but to the Igboland in general. He'll be employing staffs, employing the citizens, getting more of his people to go to school and having better health care. So yes, it goes a long way to prosper Igboland. Coming down forward, he also empowered the youth with, for instance, now in street, he empowered over 1,000 street traders with 2 million naira to get them off the streets and empower themselves even better, and set up proper businesses so there is less street trading in the state. So yes, that's also a very good move. A lot of street traders that we see around, if to get them off the street, you have to empower them. Many of them are there because of financial reasons. So when you motivate them with these funds, they now get a proper shop and start a proper business. So that's good. Also in agriculture, he empowered over 200 youths in the states with training on modern agricultural practices, and empowered them with 3 million naira, which is also very good for us in the southeast, as Ebonyi State is very known for rice farming and all of that. So it will go a long way in boosting the state's agricultural produce and output. He also brought back to life I mentioned that the poultry farming in Abakiliki. Yes, he brought that to life. It's one of the rehabilitation process of the industries and commercial products in the state, which is very good. And he's currently reconstructing the Chuba Okadigo International Airport, the runway. So that runway has been a problem. After the previous governor built the airport, the runway was found faulty. So he has now completed the runway, which is now optimal. Commercial flights are expected to start operations in that airport right now. Then one other thing, I'll end here. Please, if you have gotten to this part of this video, please like, share, and subscribe to encourage more of these videos. So yeah, so the last one point I want to state, maybe the last not least, is the building. He has been building a lot of blocks and housing for the displaced people in the state, which is very humanitarian of him. And many of the people that were affected by the crisis in the state, he built a lot of housing to host them, to get them off the streets. So that's very good. Also, he's building housing for civil servants in the state, which is a good one. So please like, share, and subscribe to this page. Thank you. Follow our channel and also be a part of this success. Thank you very much.